It's rivalry. It's rivalry. It's rivalry. It's rivalry week. It's rivalry week. IU's in a bit of a corner, and they're coming to Mackey Arena. Let's talk about it. Today's quick cast is brought to you by Martin Vintage. MartinVintage.com, where if you enter Boiled at checkout, you'll get 20% off. Mom, thanks for watching. Purdue welcomes IU to Mackey Arena tomorrow at 2 p.m. And as I've been saying for a little while, Mackey's worth about 15 points. That's a good thing for Purdue right now because IU's playing for quite a bit. They've lost a lot of momentum. They were ranked a little bit higher. They've now lost 3 in a row, and they're holding on to a 25th ranking with their fingernails. They probably won't have it on Monday regardless of what happens at Mackey. These two teams are pretty similar on paper. Statistically, they rebound similarly. Assists per games are similar. IU's a little bit better of a team from the field, but it looks to me like IU's just a better scoring team, but not so fast. Recently, it looks like Purdue has found a little bit of a trick, a little bit of magic, and is growing up a little bit with the help of one of the freshmen, Trevion Williams. Of course, Trevion Williams has been a spark plug. Since he's been injected into the starting lineup, Purdue has looked like a better team. He's averaging a double-double as a starter. He's averaging a double-double since he started getting significant playing time, and reminding people of another guy that wore number 50 not long ago, Caleb Swanigan. I've been calling him Lil Biggie on Twitter because of that. He looks very good. He has intensity that Purdue drastically needed. Just really needed the way he plays. And he's a good complement to Carson Edwards because Edwards has never seen a shot he didn't like, as we all know. And Williams really loves to fight and scratch and claw for rebounds, something this team didn't have a ton of before Williams was put into significant minutes in this lineup. He also makes it a little bit easier on Matt Harms in that he can play the 5 and Harms can move to the 4, because Harms has a big problem when he has to body people up and play with his back to the basket and try to notch out space. I would think Harms would admit as well that strength and lower body strength specifically is a hard thing for him to battle against those bigger, wider bodies in the Big Ten. Good news is IU doesn't have a huge presence inside other than Morgan, who's very, very good, but he's a very athletic big man. He may create problems for Purdue. IU's led by Morgan, and then of course, Romeo Langford is right there. Another very good player. He's their leading scorer, and IU's lineup, like Purdue's, is pretty top heavy. You've got a couple guys that score some points, and then you've got 3 guys who average 7 to 9 points, depending on the team you're looking at. Purdue is going to need not a big night from Carson Edwards. Obviously, Carson does big things versus IU. We can remember what he did last season as he dunked on Robert Johnson, posterized him a bit, and became an iconic shot for Purdue fans. Probably something the IU fans don't want to remember very much. I think Carson Edwards is going to get his points regardless of who is guarding him, and I think he'll love the fact that he has Romeo Langford on him at times during switches. I don't think Langford will be guarding him much during the game, though, on ball. The guy I think Purdue needs to really worry about is Rob Phinisee, and the reason I think Purdue needs to worry about him, obviously, hometown connection is a big deal. He's a Lafayette kid, and he showed some flashes of greatness this year. If you haven't paid much attention to IU, that's okay. A lot of Purdue fans don't even like the sight of them. But I can say I've watched them a little bit. They look better on offense, like I said, than Purdue, more efficient on offense. But the seasons for both teams are pretty similar. When IU has come up against really good teams, they've lost, and they've lost big a couple times, just like Purdue. And IU has, I'd say, 1 or 2 quality wins. One of them versus a team that was just barely in the top 25, much like Purdue's win over Maryland. This game should be a good one, but I'm hoping the Mackey magic makes it not so good coming down the stretch, and Purdue can pull it out by 7 to 10 points. I haven't seen the spread. I don't bet. I don't look at that stuff, but sometimes it's a pretty good indicator of what Vegas thinks of these two teams. I think Purdue's a better team right now because they've got the momentum. Momentum from game to game, as you have seen as a Purdue fan this year, can be brought to a screeching halt just by a poor matchup. Michigan State did it to Purdue, and IU could do it if Purdue doesn't have their jaw set and ready to go against the Hoosiers tomorrow. It's a good game. It's a big game. I'm excited to see it. Looking forward to a little bit of electricity in the building because I think still a lot of people that go there don't like IU very much. Thanks for tuning in and God bless you. Have a great day. BS all the time.